Till now, we've got to know who Bhishma was in his previous birth. In today's episode, let's see how Devavrath acquired his popular name Bhishma. Welcome back to episode 7 in a series on Mahabharata. King Shantanu has all the best qualities. He followed Dharma, he was kind-hearted, intelligent and fearless. Hastinapur was his capital city and he was someone whom people in his kingdom always looked up to. He remained disinterested in women until 36 years. One day while he was hunting, he noticed that river Ganga was not flowing as usual. He wanted to know why and went on to find the reason. Then he saw an young man practicing all the divine astras. He was none other than Devavrath, the son of King Shantanu and Ganga. And it was him who stopped river Ganga's flow completely with his arrows. While King Shantanu was in a shock looking at his skills, he disappeared. Shantanu felt that something was fishy and so instantly asked Ganga to show him his son. Then Ganga brought her son along with her. Shantanu could recognize neither Ganga nor his son since it's been very long. Ganga explained, "Dear king, he is our son Devavrath. You can now take him to our kingdom. He's been trained in Vedas and archery by sage Vasisth. In wars, he is equivalent to Indra. He is liked by deities and demons. Devavrath has all the knowledge that Sukra, Brihaspati, Parshuram possess. Like I promised, I got him trained and here he is. You can now take him to your home." Saying so, Ganga disappeared. King Shantanu happily returned to his home along with his son. Devavrath was made the prince of the kingdom and was liked by his people for his great behavior. Shantanu lived with his son Devavrath happily for 4 years. One day, Shantanu visited a forest on the banks of the river Yamuna. He then smelled the best fragrance and wanted to know where it is coming from. He went and found a beautiful fisherwoman. He asked for her whereabouts. She answered him that she is the daughter of King Dasa and her name is Satyavati. He was fallen for her and immediately approached her father, King Dasa, and told him that he wants to marry Satyavati. King Dasa had a condition that if at all Shantanu wants to marry Satyavati, then nobody else other than her own son should be made the next king. Shantanu couldn't agree on that condition and so left for Hastinapur disappointed. Later on one day, Devavrath approached Shantanu and told him that he's been observing him these days and that he always seemed to be lost and disinterested in everything. He went on and asked him what his problem was and if he could do anything to sort out things. Then Shantanu admitted, "Devavrath, you are the only son I have. Also, I know that you are equal to 100 sons. But still, since you are always occupied with archery and other stuff, the only way I can lose you is in a war. And what if I lose you? There'll be no one left to continue in our lineage. So I'm just thinking of marrying again. This is what is bothering me." Devavrath started thinking about the same and approached his father's minister and charioteer and got to know about Satyavati, King Dasa and his condition. Devavrath, along with other old Kshatriyas, visited King Dasa. He welcomed Devavrath with utmost respect and informed him that Satyavati is a daughter of a great person and he always wanted to get her married to King Shantanu. The dowry to marry her is the kingdom itself. Satyavati's children should rule the kingdom. But as we all know, you are the only son to King Shantanu and you are capable of doing anything and everything. We don't want to have rivalry with you and this is the only reason that I denied this wedding. Please try to understand, Devavrath." Having heard this condition, Devavrath replied strongly, "I'm okay with your condition that only her sons will be ruling the kingdom going forward." But then King Dasa was not satisfied and went on saying, "I know that nobody else other than you can take such an extreme pledge of giving up the kingdom. I don't doubt you at all, Devavrath. But what if your children come in between and ask for the kingdom?" Devavrath understood Dasa's intentions and said, "King Dasa, all the rishis, deities and everyone, listen to me. I am telling the truth. For the sake of my father, I am giving a word in front of all the kings. As I've already abandoned the kingdom, now I am taking lifelong celibacy. I'm going to remain unmarried and childless." Listening to this extreme oath, all the rishis, gods showered flowers from the sky and called him Bhishma for the Bhishma Pratigna he has taken for his father. Bhishma Pratigna is an extremely terrible oath. This is how Devavrath has got his popular name, Bhishma. Daja was ready to give Satyavati to them now, and they reached Hastina. Getting to know about Devavrath's terrible oath, King Shantanu gave him a boon, and that is Swachanda Maranam, which means Bhishma can live until whenever he wants to. Unless and until Bhishma himself wants to die, death cannot come to him. This is the story of Gangeya, Devavrath, Bhishma. Stay tuned to know more about the upcoming episodes. Until then, this is Arya signing off.